Gwent, we've been on a journey to develop a whole school approach for emotional health and well-being. And we started off by asking ourselves the question, what should this look like? How should it be? And we quickly thought, we need to go out and talk to children and young people, to teachers, to staff, to the school community, to learn from them. What does it look like? How should it be? And they told us all about the things that happen in their school communities, which help them to feel safe and to flourish and to thrive. And what we really wanted to do was bring this information, bring these voices, bring these children's views and their thoughts to the whole of the community so that everybody could have the opportunity to learn from these voices and to think about how they may be able to apply these principles, these ideas to their own school community. For every child, for all school communities to have this opportunity to go to a school where people's emotional health and well-being is supported.
Wellbeing isn't the absence of ups and downs in life. We would expect those entirely, if you've got good well-being, to still be present. We all have ups and downs. Instead, what well-being is having all of the opportunities that we need to thrive in a context. So things like good, positive, supportive relationships, things like opportunities for play and enjoyment, opportunities to feel like you belong to a community, to an organisation. Those are the things which also provide the protection when things do get tough. So good well-being is about having all of those things at your disposal. That means at times when things are more difficult, you can rely on the fact that you are having these experiences in your life that help you through. So essentially well-being is for everybody at all times, whether times are good or whether times are more tricky.
I think it's a difficult concept for us to think about. Historically, we've thought about mental health difficulties and well-being as being something that therefore is universally positive, that well-being is around being okay. But actually, when we think about well-being, we want to think about the ebb and flow of emotions. We want to think about the ups and downs of life, the challenges, the moments of real joy and strength. And positive well-being, therefore, is about being able to lean into those experiences in a way that still enables you to move forward.
Our well-being is about what makes us comfortable, makes us happy, and enables us to feel safe, particularly within a school environment if we're framing it within that context. It's about our positive emotional state, as well as appreciating that we have our ups and downs as we go through life. So within a school context, we're talking about well-being as being a school being a place where it can allow for all those emotional states to exist and provide a safe place for children to be able to and staff to be able to kind of express those emotional needs, and for the schools to actually be able to contain them and to be able to meet them and provide support for them.
I feel safe at school because all my friends care about me and all my teachers care about me, and that really makes me happy.
Wellbeing means to me that I have somewhere safe and I can be in school without having to be in trouble. Even though I don't feel safe in school, I have people I can go to, so it's somewhere I'm able to be free with myself and be who I want to be.
Wellbeing is when we feel happy or safe, and when we feel good about ourselves, or when we feel happy and not upset or scared about anything.
For me, safety is particularly important in terms of well-being, as it's probably the most overarching of all the themes that we're talking about. Because if you don't feel safe within your school environment, you're not going to want to go there. So therefore, how can any of your other needs be met if you're not actually attending school in the first place? So we need to ensure that our schools are safe environments in terms of their physical infrastructure, in terms of being able to provide a kind, caring, bright, nurturing environment that children feel safe within and want to go to. But also it's about emotional safety as well. So it's about that opportunity to be able to actually explore your emotions within an environment where you know that whether they're positive emotions or negative emotions, that those people within your school community appreciate that and will be able to respond accordingly and appropriately to be able to meet those needs.
I have never doubted that when Molly comes into school that there is somebody that she can talk to. I always know that, and it might not be her teacher, it might be another member of staff, but I think the children are so expressive with their feelings that obviously that brings their well-being to a level, and they know that they can always go to somebody. There is always an adult or even maybe just a friend that they can actually turn to and let them know how they're feeling.
With the staff here, as a parent here, and they make us feel, it's like being confident. You don't feel uneasy, they're very approachable. Having children here, as a parent, you want to be comfortable in this school to ask any questions. I feel this Glenys as a school makes parents very comfortable. You can ask questions, you don't feel uneasy.
Although it's one of the biggest schools in Wales, or I believe it's one of the biggest school, everybody knows each other. Everybody, they make the teachers and the staff, even the admin staff, go out of their way. I can't say, honestly, and I can't say a bad thing about this school. It's been absolutely fantastic. I think it's one of the best schools I've ever, had the pleasure of having any of my children in.
When we think about safety within school communities, we're thinking about emotional safety, relational safety and physical safety. So emotional safety is about being in a context where you feel you can show and communicate your emotions to others, where you feel that no emotion needs to be concealed or hidden. Relational safety is about feeling secure in the relationships that you're having, in knowing that there are adults and peers that you can go to discuss positives and challenges of everyday life. And physical safety is about feeling held within that, knowing that you're safe in that space, that no harm will come to you. And what we've learned through the stories is that these things interact in a really important way, that if any of those components is missing, it can have a massive impact on emotional well-being. But when they're all met, when they interplay with one another effectively, the impact can be enormous on children's well-being as well as on staff and teachers' well-being within school communities.
I have made new friends. I can talk to anyone, like the teachers, pastoral, or my friendship group. So like if I'm feeling down, I can just talk to them like a lot and they wouldn't like really spill or anything. Like it just means a lot to me.
My old history teacher used to let me go and speak to him, and like if I was having a bad day, I could just talk to him and he'd like understand, and he'd let me like sit in his room for like an hour or so and just like sit there and not do anything to chill out. And that was nice because like I felt like I could just go there anytime. So it was like not a safe space, but like somewhere I could just relax.
I had an argument with a boy and I didn't really want to go to school. I just wanted to really stay home and cuddle up with my dog. But then when I got to school, my friends and teachers really like comforted me, and they like made me really happy about myself, and they were just giving me compliments and just making me feel really positive.
Physical safety often experienced in things that schools actually do really well. So all the structures, all the routines, all the rituals that school communities have actually serve a real purpose in helping the members of that community to feel physically safe in the environment. Of course, the other part of that, and again revisiting this idea of relationships, is this, school communities are very much about learning about ourselves and about our emotions and our social worlds. And so there's a really critical part of emotional safety, that I can get things wrong in a relationship, but I need to know that that's going to be okay, and that I can still kind of experience a positive relationship with that person, even though I'm likely to make mistakes as I go.
Having my best friend around me in school is the best because obviously I feel more safe and content when I'm around her, and if there's a day where she's not in, I don't feel comfortable enough to do my work, so I'll just corner myself off. But when she's with me, I'm like more energetic and I get more things done.
You need to have a bond. The bond's very important, and having trust in people is very important for your mental health and your well-being and your stability and everything.